We look good. We even smell good. You got on that Louis. What's that, Gucci? Oh, that's Versace. Nice. But when an opportunity presents itself, yo, hey man, do you have $10,000 put into this investment? $10,000 today could maybe return you about $35,000 in the next 5 years if you invest into this particular fund, or if you invest into this particular land, or you invest into this particular business. And do you have funds to put down so we can get this in today? No. Well, you looked like you did. That's why I asked you.
What's happening? No captain. We with AO, about to get a plate bowl. Pull up to the table. Let's go.
76% of American people have made, on average, about 5 financial mistakes within the last 3 to 5 years. And we're not talking about just small financial mistakes. They reported that these were 3 to 5 major financial mistakes that put them back. You see, I want to make sure that our tribe, our family, do not have any financial regrets anytime soon. Are we going to make some mistakes? Yes. But I want these to be small mistakes, not life-changing mistakes. I want you to take advantage of this time to set yourself up for your future and set your family up to be wealthy and to be wise. I'm going to make sure that we are making the right decisions with our money, because the caliber of our financial future is being depending upon the current choices we are making today. So today, we're gonna talk about the 10 money mistakes you have to avoid at all costs. And I'm gonna be real with you all on these days. Some of them you've heard of them, not on these days. I'm gonna be real with you today. Okay, and some of them you've heard of, some of them you have not heard of. But before we get into today's content, I want to thank today's sponsor of today's show. It's my friends over there at Chime, because no one likes waiting on a paycheck, especially when you got bills that are due. And the good thing is with Chime is now you get your paycheck at least 2 days early if you want it. So that's up to 2 days earlier to save, to maybe pay a bill, to start attacking your debt, or maybe to just have some money sitting aside just because. Listen, I want you to go over to chime.com/TTAO because what are you waiting for? Hopefully you're not waiting for another check. So I want you to go over to chime.com/TTAO and watch them help you hit your financial goals. So let's go straight into the number one thing that you have to do. The number one thing that you really have to avoid at all costs. And I'm going to scream it from the top of my lungs. And number one is getting into debt. All right. If you already have debt, I don't want you to wait to pay it off. I know some of y'all have been waiting for the student loan forgiveness, and we just received about $10,000 to $20,000 of that. Okay, cool, great. If you got another $50,000, I do not want you to wait to get out of debt. I was on the phone with one of my friends, and this one particular friend of mine wanted to get into a home, and I told this particular friend of mine, just give me your basics of where you are financially. And this one particular friend has about close to $50,000 in debt, makes on average about $3,500 a month, and they want to get into a home with only about like $5,000 in their particular savings account. Well, here's the truth. For the last 4 years, I've been telling this particular friend, you need to get out of debt. Now she goes to the bank, she tries to get approved for a loan, she gets denied for the loan. Watch this, not because of her credit score, not really even because of her income. She got denied because of her debt. Her DTI was too high. And if she just would have had no debt, like I said, with the job experience, she would have been approved for the loan. What happened? Debt robbed her of her dream of being a homeowner. Debt steals from our future, you guys. It may give you instant gratification. You may be able to get that purse today. You may be able to get that item today, but it slows you down from accomplishing your true dreams. She called me upset. She called me a little emotional. I was like, well, listen, I'm sorry. I've been telling you what to do. You didn't want to listen. And because you didn't want to listen, now you're ready to listen because you see that what I've been teaching you is the truth, that you need to eliminate your debt so that way you can get to the dreams and the goals of being a homeowner, the dreams and the goals of now building wealth. A study came out on Credit Karma, and it said that 55% of millennials and Generation Z believe that home ownership is out of reach financially because of pre-existing debt from student loans. 55% of young people believe they'll never be able to be a homeowner because they are drowning in debt. That's ridiculous. That's horrible. We have to avoid debt at all costs. Now, listen, I'm not talking about a home mortgage. I'm not talking about investment property. Okay, I'm not talking about that. I believe that it is cool to take out a mortgage. I believe that it's cool to even have money when it comes to an investment property, okay? But credit card debts and personal loans and car loans and HELOC loans, no. Stay away from consumer debt. I want you to get out of consumer debt. Now, a very basic, quick thing. How do you get out of debt? Number one is you got to have a reason. It's number one. Number one, you gotta have a reason. What's your why? Why do you get out? Why do you want to get out of debt? Actually, just a couple of weeks ago, I talked about the 4 R's. And on the 4 R's, I want you to write down these 4 R's. I really wish I had my iPad today. My producer asked me if I wanted to work with my iPad today, and I was like, nah. I want to go through this. But if you really want to get a debt, there's 4 R's that I really want to lay down for you. And I taught this to my particular group that registered for my free webinar. But I want to give it to you all today. Here's number one. If you want to get out of debt, here's 4 R's you got to apply. Number one, you got to face reality. You got to be honest with where you are. What's your current situation? What footprints are you making today? Where are you? What's the truth? Okay, because one of the first things that comes to making a change to really eliminating debt is being honest and truthful with yourself. What and where are you? You got to face your reality. Then number 2, you got to write down your results. What do you desire in the future? So once you face your reality where you are presently, what do you want to desire in the future? You want to be debt free. You want to build your dream home. You want to have wealth. You want to build an inheritance. You want to build a legacy to pass down with your kids. What are the results that you want and you desire for the future? Then the next one is your reasons. Why do you want what you want in the future? Why do you want to eliminate your debt? Why do you want to experience financial freedom? Why does it really matter to you? What's your reasons? Then number 4 is a roadmap. You got to identify a proven roadmap, a proven system that will help you get out of debt. So number 1, you got to face your reality. You need to sit down and number 1, get on a budget. Assess all of your debt, write it all down and put it on paper. When you face that reality and you see exactly where you are, then you got to motivate yourself and say, you know what? I want to go there. I want to be able to take my kids and my family on a vacation and go wherever I want to go, whenever I want to go. I want to be able to propose to my wife and not have to worry about money when we get married. What does your future look like? Then what's your reasons? Why do you want that? Then you got to follow a proven system, a proven roadmap that will get you to that system. Here's the system. Number 1, you're going to get on the vision. Number 2, you're going to cut your expenses to what you absolutely need and put the rest towards paying off your debt. That is the debt snowball method. You can Google that. It is something that Ramsey Solutions teaches very good, and I've taught that several times here as well. Then you know what? You're gonna get you a second job if you have to, or you're gonna start your own personal brand on the side. And if you're watching this today on the, what's today's date, y'all? The 21st. If you're watching this on the 21st, I just opened up my course here. It closes tomorrow, the 22nd. It's $497. I'm gonna show you how to put an extra $2,000 in your pocket, guaranteed. What can an extra $2,000 do for you to get you out of debt? All you gotta do is go to anthonyoneal.com/start. That is anthonyoneal.com/start. You can go get the course. It's $497. I'm showing you how to build a personal brand. My company makes 6 figures a month. I can show you how to make 6 figures a year. This is going to help you get out of debt. This is going to help you start building a legacy. This is really, 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 really going to help you. We'll make sure to drop that information in today's show notes. All right. Here's number two. The number two thing you have to avoid: not having a savings account. All right. When I talk about a savings account, I'm talking about having a savings system. All right. So we save for three reasons. Number one, an emergency. Number two, for fun purchases. And then number three, wealth building. When I say wealth building, I'm talking about like assets building. We're buying property, or we're buying land, or we're saving up to start a new business, or we just have money sitting over here to when something becomes available, we can get it. So number one, you got to have a 3 to 6 months of emergency fund, bare minimum. 3 to 6 months separate in a different account. 3 to 6 months. I recommend parking your funds over at Prize Pool. You can go to anthonyoneal.com/savings. They will set you up for a real good savings account because they're going to give you high yielded interest, and it's going to bless you tremendously to get your money over there. I guarantee you. Their information is in today's show notes as well. Again, that's anthonyoneal.com/savings. And then as well, once you have your 3 to 6 months of expenses, hey, listen, we all want that Christmas vacation. We all want to purchase gifts. And there's something that I've heard Dave said several times. Christmas it's not a surprise. It happens the same day every single year. Birthdays happen the same date every single year. Your anniversary happens the same date every single year. So what we have to do then is we got to put it on our budget, right? And then we're just going to save for it. I plan on going somewhere this year for New Year's. I'm not going to church this year. Sorry about that, Pastor Stephen. I'm going out of the country somewhere. I'm already saving for it. And if I got a woman, she's coming with me. I'm paying for it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I want to do something fun this year for New Year's. So I'm already setting aside some money for that experience. Why? Because New Year's happens the same time every single year. So I want to save for it. Then number three, you're going to save for wealth building opportunities. So once you have a fully funded savings account and you're out of debt and you're already investing, right, into your 15% into your retirement, you have a wealth building savings account to where, let's say a piece of property comes up and you want to go buy that property for rental property. Cool, great. You got some money over here to where you can go down and put down at least 25% on a rental property and boom, get a renter in there. Or let's say some land comes available, boom. Or let's say a business becomes available that you want to invest into. You have that account saved for investment opportunities. So those are three savings accounts that you have to have. And I believe sometimes the reason why we are not in a healthy position financially, here's why. Because we're not prepared for it. We look good. We even smell good. You got on that Louis. Was that Gucci? Oh, that's Versace. Nice. But when the opportunity presents itself, yo, hey man, do you have $10,000 put into this investment? $10,000 today could maybe return you about $35,000 in the next 5 years if you invest into this particular fund, or if you invest into this particular land, or you invest into this particular business. Hey, this home just became available. It's only $180,000 on a foreclosure, but it's worth $400. But we can get it today at $180. Do you have funds to put down so we can get this in today? No. Well, you looked like you did. That's why I asked you. Are you saving for your future? Here's number three that is not often talked about a lot. Not optimizing your taxes. Taxes take a big chunk out of your income, but making the most of your tax deductions can keep more money in your pocket and not in the IRS. When I first started my business, I keep hearing people talking about all the tax benefits and tax benefits and tax benefits. And being a year and 2 months into the game, I totally understand that the tax laws were written for the entrepreneurs, for the business owners, not for the W-2 employees. Now listen, you can maximize your taxes on the W-2s, but there are more privileges for business owners, which now being one, I totally understand why I need the tax write-offs, and I see it. And so here's the very first thing I tell everyone is you have to hire a CPA to file your taxes. I'm not going to knock any major companies, but these big companies out here that are just filing your taxes with someone who never really went to school for filing your taxes, they're asking you the basic questions, but they're not really asking you about your life and your life experiences. And they're not really educating you on everything that you can write off legally, ethically, and morally. And so I always recommend that if you're making above a certain amount of money, 6 figures, right? I would hire a CPA to look into your taxes. I have a personal CPA firm that honestly does a lot for me because I have staff members, I have major expenses, and then I also pay myself, right? And there's so many different things that I didn't know that I could write off unless I had a CPA, a certified individual to help me, not someone who just got a job offer and they went to 2 weeks of training learning how to file taxes. No. I need someone who is studying this thing every single day, okay? Here are some tips to find you a good tax pro. Number 1 is a licensed CPA, not just anyone. Number 2, someone who specifies, like in your situation, small business, freelance, real estate, bankruptcy, you name it. So I found someone who is certified and specializes in what I do as a brand, a personal brand. Y'all have seen her on my show several times. She's the People CPA, and she knows exactly what all I'm doing. Anytime I make any purchase above $500, I email her or I text her and say, hey, what is this? Is this personal? Is this business? Can I do it? She'll ask me a lot of questions because she wants to make sure, again, it's legal, it's ethical, and it's moral. And in some purchases, she'll be like, no, that's going to be on the personal side of things. But a lot of the things that I'm able to purchase can go in a business write-off. But then check this out. While I'm also trying to make sure that you are utilizing the tax benefits if you have a small business on the side, I also want to make sure that you're not writing off too much stuff. Because writing off too much stuff it can hurt you tremendously when you go to purchase a home, when you go to purchase a rental property. It can hurt you tremendously. So I'm so grateful that I had the People CPA as my personal CPA who is educating me along this journey. And that leads me to the next one is she's educated and knowledgeable about the tax code. Well, whoever you get, a brother or a sister, make sure that they are educated and knowledgeable about the tax code. And then here's the last one. Once you get into the CPA, ask them like, hey, I'm a W-2 employee. I have this on the side, but on the W-2 side, what should I be doing to keep as much money as I can on my paycheck? They'll do some research, ask you a couple of questions, and they'll tell you how many to claim on your paycheck. So that way you can get as much back as, not as much, as little back as possible. Really, a good CPA will figure out how to have you break even. How to have you break even or get back maybe $100. Because why do we want to give the IRS $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 of our money and they're not giving us any interest when we can keep that money, put into a savings account, prize pool, and put it into our wealth building account so that way when the opportunity comes to us knocking on our door, we can use that money instantly and go make more money off of that money and use it much wiser than the IRS will. So I would ask around for good referrals as far as in who are some good CPAs to look into. I will list my CPA in today's show notes, the People CPA. Her firm is called Fola Financial, a solid firm, but there are other solid people out there as well. But I would really, really look into that. Here's number 4, wasting your free time. Ooh-wee. We talking good today, man. I'm telling you, this is not your normal stuff, okay? When I made this list, I was like, yo, what are some things that I've learned over the last 12 months on my own, right? Wasting my free time. Because time is the only resource. It's the only resource that we can't make more of. We can't get time back. So we got to use it wisely. We can get our money back. We'll spend it today, but we can get it back tomorrow. We can do a lot of things and get it back, but one thing that we can't get back is our time. Every day you need to set aside time to pursue your dreams and your goals. I get it. You work Monday through Friday for another brand, for another company, for another family. Are you coming home? Are you coming home and working on your personal brand? Are you coming home and working on your dreams? Are you coming home and working for your family? We can't get that time back. If you missed out on that time today, you can't get today back. You got time tomorrow. But how much time have you actually wasted? And I remember someone asking me, they was like, what legacy? This was like a couple of years ago. It was like, what legacy are you working on for your family? And I went home that night and I asked myself that question. I was like, man, am I using my time wisely for my family? What are some things that we could do right now with our time to make sure that we're not wasting our time? Here's number one: limit time on social media, limit time on TV, and do things that will make you a better person. I'm not saying social media and TV is a bad thing, because it's not a bad thing. I think social media and TVs are tools that we can use and for entertainment, for sure, for laughter, for sure. But also we can use social media and TV for education and for business things. But sometimes we use it more so for the entertainment, laughter, and to be nosy. And sometimes what happens is we spend all this time comparing ourselves to other people, that we take away time from becoming a better person, from becoming a better husband, a better wife, a better leader, a better steward, a better father, a better mother, a better friend, a better supporter, a better person when it comes to our career field. Now I challenge myself every single day to get up and study the word and study the world. Every single day I work out, then I study the word, and then I study the world. When I say I study the world, I'm looking up Google alerts. I'm looking up on different blogs and articles and studies out there, and I'm studying more and more and more in the money space, and millennial space, and minority space, because I want to make sure that I am doing the right thing. One of my good friends, Darius Daniels, he'll be on the show here in a couple of weeks. He said, man, Anthony, the reason why I study is because I'm afraid of losing. Are you afraid of losing, or do you not care? And when he said that, it shook me to my core. I was like, wait, whoa, wait, what, huh? So I started limiting my time on Clubhouse. I used to be on that thing every day, all day. I was like, yo, I love to talk, let's go. But then I started noticing I was exposing myself to some nonsense, and I really wasn't feeding and growing. I started seeing it in my content. I'm like, yo, bro, you ain't growing. And I'm not growing because I wasn't studying. I wasn't using my time wisely. So there's 3 things on how can we use our time wisely to grow. Number 1, read books and listen to podcasts. Read books and listen to podcasts. I got a great podcast that I want y'all to check out, and it's called The Couch with Joy. I'm going to link it in today's show notes. What I love about this particular podcast is they're talking about things that most Christian people are afraid to talk about, but they're very educational. They're going to talk about sex. They're going to talk about healing. They're going to talk about therapy. They're going to talk about some of the most uncomfortable stuff that I wouldn't even really want to talk about. I'm scared to mention it right now talking to y'all. But here's the truth. We need that education. We need the knowledge. We need the wisdom. How are we growing? How are we exposing our mind? I love listening to the show. I'm like, well, talk, Joy, talk. Because I can't talk about it at the table. And it's not that I can't, because I can. But I don't really feel comfortable talking about, I'm going to be real with you, the benefits or the flaws to masturbation. as a Christian person. Ooh. How are we growing? How are we growing? How are we growing? My friend Nona Jones just came out with a book called Killing Comparison. It's my other boy's book over there. Yep. What's that right there? Is that his book right there? Stevens, the orange one? Yeah, let me see that right there. My pastor, my best friend, came out with, he's coming out with a book actually today. It comes out today, the 21st. Stop Waiting for Permission. Pastor Stephen Chandler, the senior pastor, the lead pastor over here at Union Church in the DMV area and now going into Charlotte. This book will impact your life. This book has changed my life. This is the book that's in my studio, but I have the advanced reader copy upstairs in my office because I read it, you know? And so my pastor is preaching and teaching real good, practical stuff. We're going to link his information in today's show notes. But I'm telling you this right now. You guys, what are you reading? What are you listening to? Here's number 2. Take a class. Take a course. Take a class. Take a course. Expand your knowledge. I just came out with a course. My team and I just came out with a course called the Entrepreneurship Blueprint, the Roadmap to Building an Impactful 6-Figure Brand. Keyword there, impactful. Next keyword, 6 figures. Are you making $50,000 this year? Do you want to grow? Do you want to expand? Is there a ministry on the inside of you? Is there a message on the inside of you? Have you been through something and you're scared to talk? You're scared you don't know how to get your business out there? Well, listen, I can show you how to do what I'm doing. I went from making 6 figures a year to making 6 figures a month. One of my good friends, David, said, man, by this time next year, we will make 7 figures in a month. I believe it. You know why? Because I'm reading, because I'm listening, I'm learning, I'm watching. And here's another thing too, I'm speaking it over my company. I'll just lay on the couch and just speak 7 figures in a month, 7 figures in a month, 7 figures in a month. Do you know why I want to make 7 figures in a month? It's because if I can make seven figures in a month, I can get better equipment, I can hire more people to serve you all better. So I'm taking classes, I'm taking courses, I'm getting around different people, which leads me to my number 3, join a network meeting group or join a mastermind, join a small group at your local church. Get connected with people who are like-minded, but somebody in that group is much smarter than you. When you do that, watch this, you make more money. There's no way in the world you could be around a 6-figure area and you're not thinking like one. There's no way in the world I could be around a multi-millionaire and I'm not thinking like one. The reason why you're making $5,000 a month, the reason why you're making $3,000 a month and you're not making $10, $15, $20, $100,000 a month is because you think like you made $2,000 a month. You think like you make $5,000 a month. And why do you think that way? Because everyone in your circle thinks that way. They complain about racism. They complain about systemic racism, which is real. Let's be real. But all you hear is complaining and complaining and complaining and complaining, but no one's talking about, yo, how do we get this bag? Yo, no one's talking about, let's make this investment. Bump that Gucci backpack. Let's start investing in a Gucci. Get around people who are saying, yo, you just spent, 10 grand on all this name brand stuff. You could have took that, invested that into an apartment complex and a fund, and that 10 grand make you 100 grand within the next 5 years. What? I just put about $50,000 into an apartment situation, and the guy said, you're gonna get that back plus an X amount of dollars. And that money will make you interest over the year, up until the time you get your check back. I said, good God. Say what? But I didn't even know stuff like this existed until I got around a group of people. And I was like, yo, do this, do that, do this with your money. I was like, yo, done deal. Done deal. So when I get that money back, watch this. I'm going to take that money back, double whatever I got back, and I'm putting it right back into an investment. Why? Because I'm learning and I'm growing and I'm around men and women who's building wealth at another level. One of the guys that's in my group makes $100 million a year. I met another guy who was 27 years old, and he just sold his company for $48 million. He's 27. I'm like, yo, how are you doing this? Talk to me. Talk to me. So if you want to get into the class, I want you to go to anthonyoneil.com/start. That is anthonyoneil.com/start. The class is going to cost you $497. And right there, we're going to instantly teach you how to get $1,000, $2,000 back, get your investment back, plus $1,000, $2,000 within a matter of 60 to 90 days. And then you're going to show you from there how to start generating an extra $10,000 a month. Now, the course closes tomorrow on the 22nd. If you're watching this video or listening to this podcast after the 22nd, you will be able to join the wait list because we are thinking about maybe possibly opening this course back up because of the amazing feedback we've been getting. But this is our first trial. The course will probably go up in price if you don't get into it today or tomorrow. And maybe we'll open it up next month. And it's going to be a little bit more expensive, because my team and I are working on it. But $497 is a steal. I mean, if I could show you, if I said, hey, I'm gonna show you how to make $100,000 a year, you just gotta give me $497 for the course. Is that worth your time? Think about it. That's exactly what we're doing. So go to anthonyoneil.com/start and you'll check it out. Outside of courses, man, I also want to encourage you to really think about, switching careers. If you really want to start making more money and you really want to stop wasting your time on your job that you're not happy with and really start having more fulfillment with your job, I want you to consider my friends over at Bethel Tech. I want you to go to anthonyoneil.com, Bethel. This organization is really teaching all people, Black, whites, Hispanics, how to really get into the tech field. There are two fields that are producing multi-millionaires when it comes to careers. The number one field are content creators. They say that by the end of this year, 2022, that the content creation space will be worth about $200 billion. A few months ago, it was only worth about $22 billion. And so already by the end of this year, that's billions. Then the second field is the tech field. Man, I'm talking about you going in and learn coding, learn how to make websites, learn how to sell for Facebook, work for a tech company. And when I hear the word tech, I get a little scared. I get a little like, you gotta be super smart. No, man. Literally, we have had hundreds of people from our tribe sign up for Bethel Tech, and they are leaving their careers making $50,000 a month, starting to make $120,000, $100,000 a year, not a month. $50,000 a year to making $100,000+ a year by simply going through watch this, 9-month program. And this 9-month program changes and shifts the next 9 years of their life. So I want you to go check out anthonyoneil.com/Bethel. Tell them that I sent you. All right, you guys, I got 5 more things. Number one, when it comes to the 5th one, is no financial plan. You gotta avoid not having a financial plan for your life. If you aim at nothing, here's the truth. You're gonna hit that every single time. You see, your financial plan will keep you on track to hit your goals. And here are some things to plan for. I want you to write this down. I want you to highlight this. Number 1, retirement. Number 2, homeownership. Number 3, parenthood, okay? You really have to position yourself to be prepared for retirement. They say in retirement age, we're gonna need at least $300,000. $300,000 just to retire. Then you're gonna need to really be prepared for home ownership. I told you about the story about my friend who wasn't prepared for home ownership. Okay, so you got the home ownership, then you have parenthood. Parenting is expensive. Dang, boy, y'all can say that a little bit louder for the people who are saying, yes, Lord Jesus. Boy, my team in here talking about, yes, Lord, these are all brothers. They was like, yes, being a parent is expensive. So if you don't have a financial plan for parenting, for becoming a homeowner, and for retirement, you won't be successful. So listen, you got to write down your goals. You got to write down your plan. And you got to look at it and study it and improve it and work on it on a regular basis, okay? You have to do that. You got to have a financial plan. It's important. I have one. I'm not really in those two guys' spots as far as a parent. I really ain't planning for it because I got a plan for a wife. So that's another one I should have put on this list. Retirement, home ownership, parenthood, and being a husband. That's expensive. You know what I'm saying? Because them ladies, y'all ladies are expensive. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want checks and the hair done and nails done and, you know, and all we want is just some butt cheeks. Let me stop playing. Let me stop playing. Let me stop playing. I really ain't playing. Y'all know me. She got to have the Bible and the booty. You know what I'm saying? But here's number 6, you guys. Thinking you can afford it all. Before you go shopping, let's be real. You should already know if you can afford something or not. Why are you going to the mall? I'm just going to go window shopping. You know what I'm saying? No. Jay-Z said if you can't buy it twice, you can't afford it. This doesn't mean you need to have a $20,000 bank account. If you're buying $20,000 in your bank, right? If you're buying a $10,000 car. But you should have about $5,000 in your account after you purchase that $10,000 car. You shouldn't be spending all your money when you go to purchase something. Let's just be real. Listen, brothers. If you gotta think, well, I think I can afford this restaurant when I take her on a date, that's the wrong place to be taking her. I don't care how good looking she look. I don't care what she says. If you think you can afford it, you can't afford it. There's a difference between thinking and knowing. I know I can afford this car. I know I can afford this house. I know I can afford this date. I know I can afford this. If you think you can't afford it. Bottom line. Bottom line. For me, if I can't afford to pay for the car twice, I cannot afford it. For me. If you got to think about it, you can't afford it. Here's number 7. Not diversifying your investments. You see, diversification protects you from financial loss because you don't have all your eggs in one basket. I don't really do single stocks. I don't believe it is a sin. I don't believe that it is just absolutely just crazy. But for me, I believe when I diversify my income, it gives me more opportunities to create wealth. And I actually like the security a little bit. Now, anytime you invest, there is a risk. But I do like the fact of having my money a little bit all over the place. So here are some potential investments. Number 1, it's going to be a savings account. Not really an investment, but it's just money sitting there. It's getting a little bit of interest. If you invest in a prize pool, it's going to be about 1 to 2% of your income. Retirement accounts, okay? Mutual funds, real estate, starting a business, okay? Those are like 5 examples of things that you can invest into and diversify. And the reason why I said mutual funds, because you can invest into like the top 500 companies. And if one goes down, you still got 499 companies you can invest into. Retirement accounts, HSA accounts. So really step back and diversify your income. But if you're not diversifying it, that's a mistake you have to avoid. And here are the last 3. Number 8, not spending time researching for better deals. I'm not even gonna live in that too long. I'm not even gonna live, because we're going back 40 minutes? Yeah. I'm not even gonna live in that too long, you guys. Take a look at your current expenses and see if you can save your money somewhere else. My car insurance is coming to an end next month, October, right? And you all know, if you follow me, I had a car accident on February 14th. Because I'm a single man, I went home I went home on February 10th of last year, 2020. My cousin passed away out of nowhere. So I decided to drive home on Valentine's just to be around my family and friends because I ain't have no woman. And I was driving back to Nashville, and I was trying to beat the snowstorm that was coming in. But when I got into the city of Nashville, snow was coming down. I hit a thing of ice. I thought I was gonna die. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I didn't, but my car died. It was totaled. And that one accident, man, shot my insurance up extremely high. And so I was shopping around and I was looking for car insurance. And man, y'all, my car insurance for two vehicles and the two kind of vehicles that I own, right, paid for cash. Man, the car insurance is high. And so I'm already shopping around trying to find a better deal for my car insurance because I need that thing to go down at least $200-300 a month. Like, I know some of us saying, what you mean go down $200-300? My insurance is only $200 for maybe 2-3 cars. I don't know. Yeah, my car insurance is expensive because of that car accident. And so I'm shopping around for a better deal. And this one particular company, if I said their name, y'all be like, really? They're that expensive? Yo, and it's a very well-known company. I'm changing it out. You got to shop around for different insurances, you guys. Different phone plans. I rock with Verizon because I travel a lot. I need the best 5G services all over the place. They didn't pay me to say that. But you know what? If you're not traveling like me, man, all the cell phone companies, man, find the best deal. Find the best deal for you, okay? Start searching for deals. This is like even couponing. My mom is a coupon queen. She loves couponing. She loves finding the best deals. Do it. Do it. Do it. Number 9, not watching your credit report. You don't need a credit score, but you do need to watch for fraud. According to the FTCC, $5.8 billion was lost in cybercrime last year. I personally use a credit reporting agency called AURA, A-U-R-A, for my identity theft protection. You can go to anthonyoneal.com/AURA, or I'm sorry, go to aura.com/Anthony. That is aura.com/Anthony. I'll put the information in today's show notes. And Aura sells all-in-one protective digital security to keep you and your family safe from identity theft, financial fraud, and online threats. It is 24/7. All subscription owners, right? You get $1 million in identity theft insurance for your peace of mind. Listen, if you're not watching your credit report, you're crazy. Because everybody's going to go through one point in time, some stupid fool trying to steal your credit report information. And you need to pay someone to protect yourself, not just you, but watch this, even your kids. As soon as your kids have a social security number, you need to have it watched. They say 3 out of 10 kids get their social security number stolen. Because no one's paying attention to them up until they're about 20, 21 years old. Gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. There's another reason why you need to watch it. It's because what if you did pay off something in the past and they put it on your credit report accidentally? You go to purchase a home. Now you can't because you have this negative ding on your credit report because no one watched it. Pay someone to watch your credit report and your bank accounts, and that's where Aura comes into place. Again, that is aura.com/Anthony. Here's the last thing, and I'm gonna leave it right here. Not having the proper insurance in place. Insurance protects you financially from the things that you can't afford, even with your emergency fund. What are the things that you need to have in place when it comes to insurance? Term life insurance, car insurance, renter's insurance, and health insurance. When it comes to term life insurance, I use a company like Ethos. You can go to anthonyoneal.com/Ethos. We'll drop the information in today's show notes. Car insurance, I don't really suggest one particular company, but I will go through a reputable company that really provides, see how quick their claims are completed, see how quick they respond. Then also just see, like, hey, if I do get into a car accident, how high does your rate jump? Because the rate will jump, but it did jump tremendously. The one company I was with, I was paying $150 for 2 cars. As soon as I got into the accident, it jumped to $440. And I was like, what? I was paying $100 and something for 2 cars. As soon as I got into that car accident, it went up to $440. And when I started doing my research, I saw that. was like, yeah, man, as soon as you hit a claim, it's gonna double to triple. I was like, nah, man, I can't go back to them. And you gotta have good health insurance, you guys. Don't just go off of what your mom and dad said. Sit down with the health insurance professional, explain to them, do you have any past issues, health issues? And explain to them where you currently are. Once you do that, you're good. So listen, 10 mistakes you can't avoid. Number 1, getting into debt, not having a fully funded emergency fund, not optimizing your taxes, wasting your free time, no financial plan, not diversifying your income, not spending time searching for better deals, not watching your credit report, and not having the proper insurance in place. So I'm gonna leave you with today's scripture. I want you to go through this list of 10 things that I talked about and look at what 10 things do you need to work on starting today. And I want you to hit me in the comment section below and let me know which ones you're gonna start working on today. Proverbs 19, chapter 19, verse 8 says, the one who gets wisdom loves life. The one who cherishes understanding will soon prosper. Today's affirmation, repeat it 5 times. Scream it loud. Scream it real loud. It's, I will make the best decisions for my money and my future. I will make the best decisions for my future, for my family, and for my money. Make it. You know what's a good decision? Get in my pastor's book. Stop waiting for permission. This is a good decision today you should make. We'll drop it in today's show notes. It's your boy, Anthony O'Neill. I'll see you tomorrow. Or see you Wednesday, actually. Peace out.